Good morning everyone. This is Swati from TTWRTC Women's Method. I am working as a lecturer in computer science. Today we are going to discuss about the artificial intelligence from the generations of computer. This is a growing topic nowadays. Nowadays we all are dealing with artificial intelligence, and today's technology is growing very fast, and we all are getting in touch with new technology day by day. See, today what are the topics we are going to discuss in today's class? Let them see once. See, today we are going to discuss about the definition of AI and the history of AI, features of AI, applications of AI, advantages and disadvantages, future of AI, and the finally conclusion. See, what is AI? AI is a artificial intelligence. I am breaking the single word artificial intelligence into two words, artificial and the intelligence. Artificial means man-made, and the intelligence means thinking power. Combine these two words, we can say man-made thinking power. Artificial intelligence is a man-made thinking power. See, now we will see the definition of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science which we can create intelligent machine which can behave like a human. Think like human, able to make decisions. How the human able to make decisions, like that the machine also think and take a decisions. We will see one example. The machine learning from the experiences. See, example, suppose I want to machine to identify a flower. So I will first brain the machine to identify all the pictures of flowers using the data, and then I will ask the machine to identify the picture. This way the computer will collect all the data, and it will respond to the humans like a human brain. So this is a artificial intelligence. So now we will see the history of artificial intelligence. In 1940 to 1950, a variety of fields began to discuss the possibility of creating an artificial brain. After that, in 1950, Alan Turing, he is a father of AI. Alan Turing published a landmark paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence Proposes, Imitation Game, known as the famous Turing test. So the Turing test was done by the Alan Turing. And what is this Turing test? See, we will take one room that can be divided into wall. On one side it is a computer, on the other side it will be a human. Okay, so the human will ask the questions to the computer. It will be responses like a human. So this is the Turing test done by the Alan Turing. Next, after that, in 1951, Marvin Minsky and Dean Edmonds builds the first artificial neural network by using a 3000 vacuum tubes stimulating 40 neurons. Later, in 1952, Arthur Samuel wrote the first machine learning program for the checkers. It is a game of AI. After that, in 1956, artificial intelligence was found as an academic discipline by John McCarthy and Marvin Minsky. Later on, in 1957, Frank Rosenblatt develops the perception, an early artificial neural network enabling pattern recognition based on two-layer computer learning network. Next, Joseph Wesnep developed ELIZA. ELIZA, it is a natural language program, was developed in 1965 by Joseph Wesnep. Next, in 1969, Arthur Bison and Yu Chi Ho, he backed to progression, multi-stage optimization, Marvin Minsky and Seymour paper perceptions, and introduction to computational geometry. So in 1969, he will they are discuss about they are introduced about the what computational geometry. In 1968, Minsky and Stanley Kubrick's 2001, they were introduced a Odyssey created a sentient AI agent that is nothing but a HAL 9000. And 1970 to 1980, Wabot and fifth generation computer project, Rollo Carpenter developed the chatbot Jabberwocky to stimulate natural human chat. Next, 1989, N. Kuhn applied backpropagation algorithm to create convolutional neural network, a multinatural network. They are create a multinatural network algorithm in 1989. After that, in 1997, IBM Deep Blue Bat-Wolf's chess champion. They built a chess champion by using IBM Deep Blue Bat-Wolfs. In 1993, Werner Winge published the coming technological singularity, the term singularity. They are proposed a singularity. It is a coming technology. In 2011, IBM Watson beat two former Jeopardy champions. After that, in 2012, Google's Jeff Dean and Andrew trained neural networks of 16,000 computer processors that detected cats using algorithm. Finally, in 2014 and the 2016, in 2014, Google's driverless car passed. So, Google driverless car, in the sense it is a self-driving test, will be developed in 2014, and 2016, Google DeepMind's AlphaGo defeated the Go World Champion Lee Sedol. Is introduced in a 2016. Later on, 2008, Google I/O showed Google Duplex, a voice assistant using natural conversation technologies. See, and 2018 plus years, what are the artificial intelligence? Artificial general intelligence and the super intelligence are going to run coming the years, the 2018 plus years. See, this is about the history of the artificial intelligence, the brief history of the artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence journey starts from the 1942 till now. It is a new ongoing technology. It will be growing very fast day by day. This is about the history of the artificial intelligence. Next, we will see the features of AI. Features of AI. See, an attempt to deal with issues of semantic meaning as well as syntactic meaning. Here, semantic means the study of the sentences, and the syntactic form is nothing but the sentence formation. This is the feature of AI. And the next one is answer that are neither exact or optimal, but are in some sense sufficient. These are the some sense sufficient. Next, the use of large amount of domain specific knowledge in solving problems. Next, the fourth feature, the use of meta level knowledge of effect, more sophisticated control of problem solving strategies. These are the features of AI. We have four features. See, the first feature, it is dealing with the issues of semantic meaning as well as syntactic form. Answer that neither exact or optimal, but are in some sense sufficient. And the use of large amount of domain specific knowledge in solving problems, the use of meta level knowledge of effect, more sophisticated control of a problem solving strategies. Next, we are going to see the applications of AI. What are the applications of AI? See, artificial intelligence has a various applications in today's society. It is becoming essential for today's time because it can solve complex problems with an efficient way in multiple industries such as healthcare, entertainment, finance, education, army, etc. AI is making our daily life more comfortable and fast. See, let them we see what are the various applications we are using in our daily life. See, now we will see one video clip how the AI is useful in our daily life.
From start of our day till the end of the day, we are using a lots of AI technologies in our daily life, but we are unaware of it. So in details, we'll see that from morning till the night, how we are using AI in our lives. Before starting, if you are new on this channel, then please subscribe to the channel, hit on the bell icon so you will get notification whenever I create a new and interesting video on AI and machine learning. Now let's start. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you mostly check out your phone, and these smartphones are the biggest channel to bring the AI in our lives. On our smartphone, we are using multiple applications which are heavily powered with the AI. When you open your smartphone's camera to get the morning selfie, in background your camera software is running the multiple AI algorithms. To detect your face on a camera view, highlight your face, blur your background and beautify your face area. So this all process camera software is handling with the help of AI algorithms. So these kind of multiple applications we use in our smartphones which are powered with the artificial intelligence. Moving next, in the morning we use a weather forecast applications available on our mobile phone. So this weather forecast is made based on the lots of past data available about the weather report and with the help of the machine learning algorithms which is a part of AI. While having a breakfast, you request your Amazon Alexa to tell the news or play the music for you, and such a voice interactive devices, these are powered with the natural language processing that is the part of the AI. The similar way the Google Assistant provided by the Google, or you use a Cortana Microsoft operating system. Siri available on the iPhone, these all AI voice is powered with the artificial intelligence. When you want to commute to the office, you open your mobile and book a cab through the Ola or Uber. These Ola and Uber cab giants are heavily using artificial intelligence inside of their apps. You see, on the peak times, the Ola and Uber fare prices get increased. These on-demand fare prices are powered with the artificial intelligence. When you book a shared cab on Uber, in that case, Uber is using AI to decide the sequence of pickup and the shortest path to pick up all persons who book the same shared cab. If you are going to office with your personal vehicle, so before starting for an office, you can find the notification from Google Map which provides you the estimated time required for you to reach office. It also provides the real-time traffic alerts and highlights the different traffic areas on the Google Map. When there is a heavy traffic on your daily route, then Google Map suggests you the alternative routes to your office. While traveling from home to office, while commute, you check your social media apps and sites like a Facebook and the Instagram. Such a social media apps use artificial intelligence very smart way. On Facebook, when you upload your photos with friends, you can find that Facebook automatically tags your all friends which are available on the image. You get the notification for the friend suggestions and you get the different offer notifications. This is all is powered with the AI on the Facebook. While you are traveling from your home to office, you are passing through the multiple surveillance systems. When you reach your office, there are multiple cameras installed for surveillance. And in background, surveillance system softwares are scanning all the streams received from a cameras. It checks for the face recognition, motion detection, weapon detection or anomaly detection to observe any abnormal situation in the premises. Once you reach office, you open your laptop or computer system and start working on it. While working, you use different kind of products or different services, and when you face any issues, you interact with their customer care chat system. These all chatbots are powered with the natural language processing that is a part of AI. During your office or work break, you open your mobile and go on the e-commerce sites like eBay and Amazon. On Amazon sites, you see the different offers, personalized view based on the whatever you purchased in the past. Also, you will get the different kind of product recommendation on e-commerce site. These all features are powered by the artificial intelligence. So once you're done with your office work, you go back to your home and you just start the Netflix and watch movie of your interest. So on video content sites like Netflix and Prime Video, you see the different movie recommendations based on the movies you watched in past. This is all powered with AI. So this way, from morning till the evening in our daily life, we use AI throughout our day. So this was the all ways through which we are using AI in our daily lives. If you have any other way through which you are using AI in your day-to-day life, then please mention it into the comment box. Hope you like.
This way we are using the AI in our daily life, in our day-to-day daily life from morning to till the night. See, and we are using in a various fields, we are using the AI. See, if we are taking a medical clinic can use AI system to organize bed schemes, make a staff rotation, and provide medical information. And next, if AI has also application in fields of cardiology and neurology, embryology, and complex operations of internal. It also has an application in image guided surgery and image analysis and enhancement. See, a robot is a mechanical or virtual artificial agent, usually an electromechanical machine that is guided by a computer or electronic circuitry. And robots can be autonomous or semi-autonomous. A robot may convey a sense of intelligence or thoughts of its own. In the earlier days, gaming technology was not broad-ended. Physicist Will Heisenberg created the first video game in 1958. It was called a tennis for tau and was oscilloscope. But now AI technology has become a vast and standard. For example, by using this AI technology, we can create various games like, for example, Sudoku, Fear, Fallout, etc. And this AI technology we also used in credit granting and the information management and retrieval, AI and expert systems embedded in a products, and also plant layout, help desk and assistant. AI also we will use in a help desk and assistants, and also employee performance evaluation for shipping, for marketing, waterhouse optimization, in space workstation, maintenance satellite control, network development, and nuclear management. These are the various applications of artificial intelligence. See, now we will see that what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages. Advantages of the artificial intelligence: it is a more powerful and more useful computers. AI are more powerful and more useful computers. New and improved interfaces. AI has a new and improved interfaces, solving new problems and for the better handling of information. It relieves information into knowledge. These are the advantages. And coming to the disadvantages, it is a increased cost. So if we are, what is the disadvantage? It is the AI artificial intelligence will increase the increased cost, and difficulty with software development, slow and expensive. It will be very expensive difficulty with a software development, it will be very slow and expensive. Few experienced programmers, so compulsory they need a experienced programmers. And practical products have reached the as it. Practical products have reached the it. These are the advantages and disadvantages. And we have some goals. See, the artificial intelligence replicate human intelligence. It will solve knowledge intensive tasks also. And intelligent connection of perception and action. Building a machine which can perform tasks that require intelligence, such as providing a theorem, playing chess, plan some surgical operations, driving a car in a traffic. So these are the goals of AI. With the help of AI, we can create such a device which can solve real world problems very easily and with accuracy, such as health issues, marketing, traffic issues. With the help of AI, you can create your personal virtual assistant such as Google Assistant. Whatever you want to, Google Assistant will explaining to you and giving information to you. With the help of AI, you can build such robots which can work in an environment where survival of human can be at risk places. See, where the human can be risk places, that place these robots can be able to work. And it also helps a path for new technologies, new devices and new opportunities. So these are the applications, different applications of the AI and the advantages and the disadvantages of the AI. Next we will go to the future of AI. What is the future of AI? See, looking at features and its wide application, we may definitely stick to artificial intelligence. Seeing at the development of AI, is it that the future world is becoming artificial? If we are using like this, see, in so many fields, so many places we are using this artificial intelligence. In coming years, the world it will be become a artificial. Biological intelligence is fixed because it is an old mature paradigm, but the new paradigm of non-biological computation and intelligence is growing exponentially. Hence we can say that as the natural intelligence is limited and volatile. Wall may now depend upon computer for smooth working. See, if we do a smooth work, we are using a natural intelligence. Okay, natural intelligence, it is a limited and it will be wall may now depend on a computer for smooth working. And nowadays the wall will be depend on for the smooth work and the fast work, all are depending on the machines. Okay, so upcoming years it will be depending on the artificial intelligence only. The world become a very artificial. For better understanding, we will see one video clip.
Artificial intelligence is no longer fiction, but part of the advanced technology that surrounds us everywhere. Unmanned cars that will sooner or later replace traditional transportation, smart robots in manufacturing, and scientific laboratories, systems that diagnose diseases by x-rays better than live doctors, chatbots, virtual assistants, and tutors, facial recognition systems, algorithms and search engines, and social networks are all examples of the use of narrow artificial intelligence. In recent years, advances in statistical computing have allowed AI to make a real leap forward with machine learning. Similarly, advances in neural networks have led to the development of an additional area of AI called deep learning. Broadly speaking, these approaches are divided into guided and random learning. The former uses data with given results, while the latter uses data without one. If you want to learn more about machine learning and deep learning, collect 1,000 likes under this video and we'll do a separate episode on this very topic. But all of this is just narrow artificial intelligence, programming machines to autonomously meet specific needs with advanced computing, decision-making, neural networks, and deep learning. This is the current state of AI research. They help us achieve productivity, reduce costs, and improve quality. The development of narrow AI, like robotics, is sparking discussions about the risk of unemployment. According to various estimates, in the next 10 years, robots will take 30 to 40% of the jobs currently held by humans. Researchers at the World Economic Forum say that by taking some 75 million jobs, new technologies, including artificial intelligence, will create more than 130 million new ones. After all, when the first machines appeared in factories, people were also worried about losing their jobs. But not only has progress not taken away jobs, it has also offloaded us. Artificial intelligence will surely take over many of the routine tasks performed by humans. At the same time, new technologies, various new world problems, space discovery and colonization, global military, green energy, and so on will create many new jobs. Narrow AI depends on human programming. Even if we automate the software part of it, it will still be an area designed by humans for specific purposes. We can program Terminators to kill people, or robot builders to build a base on the moon. Either way, we will get exactly what we wanted, because such artificial intelligence has no consciousness. But as expected, the next stage in development of artificial intelligence technology will be general or conscious AI. Since no one knows today how it will be created, it will come in the next 20 to 50 years. But there is little doubt it will appear. What will an artificial intelligence endowed with consciousness be like? No one really knows this. Is there enough logic to call a machine conscious? And what about emotions, feelings, or creativity? Can consciousness exist without them? At this point, we just don't know. Then, why is it we are afraid of conscious AI? Well, we fear the unknown. We call ourselves conscious, but we look at a world where there are endless political battles for power, conflict, wars over resources, etc. We fear that artificial intelligence will be just like us. Moreover, a conscious AI might turn out to be quite different from us and decide that humans are a disease, a virus that has infected the Earth. Such an intelligence would be uncontrollable, and it would look at us without emotion from its own point of view. But this is not the worst of it. The third and final species is artificial superintelligence, that is, AI with superhuman powers and abilities. This is the evolution of the conscious artificial intelligence, which has learned everything available to cognition in this world. A superintelligent AI, enhanced by consciousness, will assimilate everything that science or philosophy has to offer. It will reach the technological limits of knowledge, which is referred to as singularity. They may surpass the need for a physical body and travel beyond the known limits of physical space. It may sound bizarre now, but scientists believe that this is possible in the coming decades, with only a short time likely to pass from the second to third stage. What would such a superintelligence do to a person? There are several options here to explore. The first is the total destruction of human species as we know it by artificial intelligence. The possibility of such a turn was predicted by Stephen Hawking and also announced by Bill Gates and Elon Musk. How exactly will it destroy us? No one really knows. After all, superintelligent AI will be 100 times smarter than we are currently seeing now. But it won't be coming from robots with glowing eyes. We do know that. The system that controls the internet, medicine, nanotechnology, and many other things simply doesn't need them. And by creating some kind of red button to turn off such intelligence won't work either. First, we have to remember that it's smarter than we are. And second, as Elon Musk noted, no one would want to possess such a button, knowing that it would become target number one. The only way to defeat such AI would be to use another one that's just as smart, but friendly on our side. But not all researchers agree with this point of view. Many believe that our lives will be exceptionally better and that no dangers will threaten us. For example, Jan-Lee Kuhn, the chief scientist in the field of artificial intelligence at Facebook, once told the BBC that there will be no such scenarios in the spirit of the movies, Out of the Machine or Terminator, because robots will not be designed with human desires. They will not feel hunger, thirst for power, the instinct of reproduction, or self-preservation. But Can we be so sure of this? Last year, Microsoft shut down its artificial intelligence-based chatbot Tai after Twitter users who were supposed to make her smarter with casual conversation instead taught her to respond with racist, misogynistic, and anti-Semitic slurs. The example is hilarious, but the situation is scary. By the way, if you want to learn more about that incident with AI, click the issue in the tip. The third option is a merger. A proponent of this development is Elon Musk, as he sees it as the only chance for humanity. Well, almost the only chance. Elon has Plan A, to create a chip capable of expanding our mental abilities to the level of advanced artificial intelligence. And Plan B, a colony on Mars, if Plan A fails. To quote Musk, we probably won't be able to surpass computer intelligence in the future, but we may be able to achieve a happy symbiosis. And by the way, we will also be able to cure a lot of diseases caused by brain damage, congenital, accidental, acquired with age, or any other cases. So if someone has a stroke, epilepsy, seizures, clinical depression, or anything of the like, it can be cured with a brain device. The symbiosis itself, according to Musk, can be achieved with neural lace, which is a mesh material that is injected and can literally be connected to our brains to communicate directly with computers. This device is already being developed by its company Neuralink. In the coming years, the chip will only help people suffering from paraplegia and lower limb paralysis, giving them, among other things, the ability to control their computer or phone with their thoughts. Renowned futurologist Ray Kurzweil believes that just as the mammalian brain developed homogeneous cortex 200 million years ago, which later enabled humans to invent language, science, art, and technology, by 2030, we will be cyborgs with nanobots the size of blood cells. They will connect us with synthetic neocortexes in the cloud, giving us the ability to virtual reality and augmented reality in our own nervous systems. We will become more interesting, more musical, expand our wisdom, he says. The nanobots in our veins and arteries will treat our diseases, healing our bodies from within. One way or another, all the engineers and scientists of today are convinced that the coming decades will be the era of artificial intelligence. It's believed that we will receive the greatest investment and penetrate all areas of our lives, changing them perhaps beyond recognition. This could be the greatest challenge for humanity. In the words of Elon Musk, the greatest filter of civilization. We're either going to get by with technology, or we will destroy ourselves. What do you think awaits the human civilization with AI? Subscribe to the Pro Robot channel, like this video, and be